Alright, I don't need to hear that. Okie dokie, here we go. And hello one, hello all. It's Anthony Gray of Grayscale Painting. And we're gonna do something very atmospheric. Yes. A whole lot of gray there, huh? Anyway, we're gonna try to do something atmospheric. And try to have a little fun with it. Hello Renee, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. This may take a little bit of time, okay, but I'm gonna try to really work the atmosphere in there. I might even try to put a river in there. We'll see. I kind of have an idea where I want it. As you can see, I got a fence here. We're gonna paint over that like it doesn't even exist. Okay. All right. As you can see down below, we have only two colors. Very important because this is going to be the atmosphere and the background. It's a light blue and a white. All right. Okay. Let's move the coffee cup. What I'm going to do also is I'm going to use water. I'm going to try to use a lot of water in upcoming projects because I know a lot of people don't really use vegetable glycerin, or they don't they can't get a hold of vegetable glycerin. So I'm going to try to do a few of these without the glycerin. Okay. All right. Hey, Passion for Art. Hey, Sonia, how's it up there in good old Vermont land? I hope you're ready for the snow. I hope you got a plow in the front of that camper. Hey Ed. Hey. All right. Okay. Now I'm gonna take a very slightly different approach to this painting. I'm gonna try not to really rush it along. But the techniques I'm gonna show you, anybody with a paintbrush can do. All right. We're gonna get started here. Let me get my little spray bottle. Now I should have used a different type of tape for this, because when I use water with this tape, it kind of scrunches up, but it really doesn't matter. This is going to be wood colored anyway. All right, but I'm just going to take the water, spray it on the canvas very lightly. All right, I will take my customary brush that I usually use, the old, what is this, 1.5 inch brush, and just damp this whole. This is a canvas panel, 16 by 20. All right, I just want I want it wet. All right, not dripping wet, but wet so the paint can flow. And what's going to happen is that the paint's going to expand on this wet surface, and it kind of prevents a lot of the streak marks. I kind of want almost a flat wash, but very bleached out, which is why I got this light blue and white mix. Okay, I'm going to probably end up using a lot more white because I really want it bleached out. Well, this is good. This is good. What I'm looking at right now is cool. Maybe I might end up using a little bit more white than that. I really want it bleached out. So before I move on, I'll just put that glob of paint right there. It doesn't matter. I'm using Waverly. I get it right from Walmart there. Okay, and this stuff here, when it's dry, when it's hardened, it's just like plaster of Paris. It's really thick stuff. Okay, it is pretty thick paint. Okay, and I'm gonna show you why I want this blue, this light blue, even lighter, because it's gonna not only give it color, nice color, but a very nice foggy bleached out look. All right. So I'm gonna really lighten it up here with this, because I really want that really hazy look to this. All right, that should be enough, I hope. We'll see. And we're gonna start right from the top. Now remember, I got water on this panel. All right, so it's gonna pour on fairly nice. Okay, and believe it or not, I gotta lighten it up even more. That's still too dark. I'm gonna lighten it up even more. Really bleached out look I want with this. and I'll show you as I go along here. Yeah, it's got to be lighter than that. I'll just add more white to it, really bleach it out. I want a really hazy, fogged up look to this. And I'll keep at it. While it's wet like this, I can kind of do the blending, fading thing. Really get it in there, really bleach it out. You'd be surprised how much white you would use for this to get it to look like that. And because I'm using water, all right, it's going to dry rather quickly. All right, let's get some more of that white in there, that blue. Really put it in there. And this is thin paint, it's not super thick stuff. All right. You paint right over the fence, act like the fence doesn't exist. Just act like it's not even there. Okay. I'm doing the whole thing. Down below the fence, it's not going to really matter. The colors are going to change. But I'm talking about total atmosphere here. So the background has to be a certain color. And that's what I'm doing. Big broad strokes, it doesn't matter. Get what's left of that white there, and I'll pop it in. Really lighten this stuff up here. And I'm going to need, believe it or not, more white. Believe it or not. I'm not going to get rid of all of this though. As long as it doesn't dry, I can utilize what I got here. I'll put it right there. Grab this, I'll put it right there. Grab all of that, some of that dark mix, put it right there to see what I got here. I think this is more white than anything else. Okay. So I'm gonna really lighten up this background here. Nope, need more white, believe it or not. Open up the white paint, really put it in there. I'm gonna utilize that other blue. It's gonna come in handy for us. There. So this beginning stage part is quite important. All right. Hello, Rosemary, how are you? Really bleach out that blue. So you can clearly see the white in it, but it's obviously not entirely white. Really put it in there. I really need it that light. Get some more white. It's mixing in automatically with the blue, don't worry. The paint is still very wet, okay, which is why I can do what you see me doing here, just adding that white in there. It's starting to dry down below. Like I said, I'm just using water, so it is going to dry quickly, I might add. Bring some of that up there. And go straight across, side to side. I can feel it getting tacky, which is a good thing. That's cool. All right, something like that. Very bleached out. I know it's dark down below there. I'll lighten that up down below too. It's very important to, I'm gonna have to mix that in with a little bit of blue to color match it. Right down in here. I'm really pressing it, putting it in there, all up in here. Now it is pretty much dry down here. Okay, I'm gonna use just a slight touch of water just to dampen the brush and just to have it travel up here a little bit. Be careful, because remember, the tape does buckle. Okay. There we go. Lighten it right up. And that's all I'm doing is blending all of that. And once again, it will dry, because I'm not using any medium but just water. That's it. That's our medium for today. It's just water. All right. That should be cool. All right. Just total light blue. All right. Okay. I'm going to still utilize that blue we have down there. And this is for background bushes and shrubs and all of that good stuff. Good to see you, Rosemary. Oh, just trucking you. Okay, just trucking you guys. Well, you guys, we're going to get hit. I know it's supposedly supposed to be around our way around 10 o'clock or something like that. So yeah, we're about to get blasted for real. Okay. I know still for the sake of oh man, I bent those, but that's all right. For the sake of time, I'll use this guy. Right now we're just gonna flesh out these bushes. Okay. Now I want my color to be really not too far from what you're looking at. But before I do that, let's get a flat brush. I'll throw a light mountain in there, because I still want to emphasize depth. But let's put a distant mountain in there. I'm going with the white and blue. Very light. I want the mountain to somewhat look like it's back there, but you have to kind of, I don't know. You're not sure yet. So, and the mountain's not going to be huge. But it'd be there. It'd be way up in here. I'll put it off to the side, right up around in there. All right, now you see how light that is. I'm gonna have to darken it just a tad. Now, if I have it too dark, I can always lighten it up, but that's no problem. Right up in here somewhere. Something like that. Put them right in there. He's so light that you probably can barely just make this thing out. But I'll get it to where it'll look like some kind of mountain back there. It'll be a little darker than this. This is really light, which really isn't too bad, but it might be a little too light. And kind of fade him out into nothing out there. Okay, I'll get that a little darker. Like I say, this is really playing on depth. Okay. That might work. Like I say, if it's too dark, I can always lighten it up, so I'm not really worried about that. I want it just a shade darker. Now remember, when this dries darker anyway. You follow me? So you're really playing with a lot of depth perception, at least at the start. And I just want just a shade of a craggy looking mountain out there. Okay. So we'll get that darkness in there. A little bit of darkness. We'll keep playing with it here. And we'll really lighten it up down on the bottom here. I'll use another brush to smooth all this out. Okay, but he is back there. Very light, but it's back there. I'll keep messing with it till I get kind of the shade I'm looking for with it. Let's get some of that. And I'm just mixing it all into the white here. Because once again, if I get it in there, and if it's a little dark, I can always lighten it, especially when the paint's a little bit wet. Okay, so I'm really playing with that gentle touch of the darker hue here. Yeah. And I'm not using any kind of medium per se. I'm just looking for that general kind of mountain shape. Bringing some of that color down. I can always put it in there, and I can always get rid of what I don't want later. Drag it down, make it disappear. Drag some color down. And just make it fade on out. Fade it. And I'll fade some of this out. Get it out of there. But there's a reason why that mountain is that high. Up in the air there like that. Let's take this brush. Nice soft brush here. And we'll kind of just fade that bottom right out of there. Get the bottom, fade it right out. Getting rid of some of them hard edges too. Soften that mountain there a little bit. Let's put him back there. He's really, really, really back there. Okay. And once again, you got a short window to do this, all right? Because you're not using anything but just water. Okay. Rob on the road, how you doing, my man? Well, just be careful. You don't want that rain to, you don't want it to get too cold, turn into black ice, and there's some real trouble there. I know you don't want to go home, but when you do go home, make it back safely. I know you probably can't see it, Rob, but it's a giant mountain back there, but it's really the color of the initial background. On purpose. Okay, where's my brush that I was going to use? Because we're going to start filling out some very large, not this one. I want I'll use this guy. I want some really big bushes. These bushes are going to be around the same color as you see here, a little bit darker. Okay, because I want a totally really bleached out look for the background. Okay, I'm gonna go up in here and just pick some of this out here. This should make it. This should do it. You get some interesting little patterns going. Now this bush is going to be completely massive, but I want it to look pretty much the same color as the background itself, which adds to the depth of what I'm going to do here. Now, it's all right if it looks like this, because I'll add in little bushy detail stuff a little bit later. But right now, it's just getting the initial look of these bushes. Really, it's the edges that I'm really concerned. I'm not really concerned about all up in here. It's the edges that I'm really concerned about. I'll put a nice little, bring it down here a little bit. And once again, I'm just tapping, some interesting looking things going on here with it. It's really the edge that I'm really am concerned about. And this is going to be one massive looking bush thing. Put it out there like that. And just really fill all of that in a little bit. I can probably use a bigger brush to do all the rest of this, and I probably will. But we're gonna have little details and things in this, even though this bush is gonna be bleached out mainly, okay? But we're gonna get interesting little shapes back there, even though it's mainly all, like I say, just pretty much all bleached out there. I'll use, for the sake of time, I'll use the bigger guy here. Okay. All right. And I'll start popping in some. Oh, I wish she didn't do that. Ugh. Now I gotta wash this thing out. My mannequin fell. Ugh. She's gonna smell horrible. I'll put her over here. Ugh. Well, let's see, she got all her toes and hands. Yes, she do, because she can come apart. So I had to make sure all her digits were there. I didn't want to hand her a head floating around. Yeah, this is better. Okay. And I probably can go a tad darker, in which I need more of my. This is actually a light blue-green called Peacock. That's the name of it. And it's pretty thick paint. It's a step above the craft paint that a lot of people use, and what I try to shy away from because it's ultra thin. Okay. I'm adding a little bit of white in that because I still want a bleached look, but a little bit darker than its background. Okay. And that might work. Yeah, this will work. I don't want it too dark. That's why I mix the white in there. And once again, I want interesting little leaf patterns as I'm doing this. And this is directly just background stuff here. Down below, I need the bush pattern. This giant bush, I need the patterns to look like that on purpose. Okay, they have to be look like leaves and all of that. So I'll come up here, add some just like that. Come on down there. And really, what's important doing something like this is the outside shapes more than anything else. Really, the outside shape. Now you should be able to see that mountain back there. Okay, fairly somewhat solid down below here, because there's going to be other things in front of all of this. But this is how you put it together. You got to put it together in steps and in layers. All right. And since I'm only dealing with 2 colors so far, it's not really the hardest thing in the world to do to fill all of this in. Now, you figure if I just wipe across it like a regular brush, it would be easier and quicker to do, and it would. But then again, you'll lose the effect of it being a heavily kind of wooded area. Remember, I might put a river, a stream or something through this. So you have to kind of, when you do something like this, I'm just knocking all sorts of stuff over. That's how hard I'm hitting this canvas. You're going to have to kind of forget that fence is there. Okay, because if not, then you're going to get kind of messed up with your perspectives and everything. And once again, this whole thing is to be about depth perception. Okay, so you're looking at just background right now. Everything else is going to be majorly dark compared to what you're looking at here. Okay, all right. So right now, you got the mountain way in the back, just faded out into like nothing. The sky is pretty much, well, very simple. I mean, because of the white in that peacock kind of bluish mix, it looks like, you know, there's no detail of clouds, but the different values you see of the white and the light blue mix, it gives the appearance of some light clouds up in there, just big giant ones. Okay, but it matches the mist or whatever down here, kind of matches the sky, so we're good. All right, okay, let's take I'll just take the filbert real quick. So as I'm looking at what I just did here, I'm still trying to decipher where am I going to put that little river. Here, I'll simply take a little bit of white. Let me get a bit of water here. I'll just kind of quickly sketch it out. If I don't like it, I can just easily go over it. So, all right. So maybe I want it to come out here. It kind of circles around. Maybe out here like this. And it kind of comes out this way. Maybe it comes that way. Okay. Yeah, got that little curve there, and I'll block it in real quick, something like this. I'll just take some of this water or this yellow with whitish whatever color. I'll just kind of simply just block it in like that. Hey Maria, how are you? So once again, I'll just quickly block it out. Like I say, this is right now, this is just my little choice to put it here. If I don't want it here, I'll move it or get rid of it. It's light enough to do so. It's no big deal. I'll just, like I say, just block it out, sketch it in real quick, just like this, just to know where it is. Okay. And right up around here somewhere. All right, I'm not really gonna worry myself about it too much, but doing this now, I know where my land mass would pretty much be. Okay, more or less. I'll take some darker blue for this. Land mass would be here. The land mass for the other part would be probably right above here somewhere. I'll just kind of make it somewhat darker. I might put a hill there, who knows. Right up around here. I might make it kind of go up a little bit. You guys, of course, you don't see that very well, but somewhere around in here, maybe. All right, who knows yet? Then again, I got a nice little mass of land right here too. So let's get a little hill thing going there. So maybe I'll have it come from around here and just go upward like that, which brings the perspective even more. Okay, now remember, we got this light blue stuff hanging out here. All right, so let me do something when I'm playing around here. Let's kind of darken that right up in there. Okay, all right, so we got a nice little plane of stuff here. We're gonna have a plane here, one over here, something going on over here. So we're gonna have all sorts of shrubbery and things happening here. All right, okay. Now watch this. Let's get some more white. I'll still use the craft paint stuff. Like I said, I'll do this painting using stuff that you guys would more or less commonly get, We will add other colors in this, so don't be fooled. I'll scrape the rest of that away as we go darker and darker. But to add to the perspective a little bit, and once again, this is a plus that I'm using just water for this. I think this still might be too light. I'll try to focus it in a little bit better for you guys. All right. Okay, let's put our, let's get a little pencil here. I'll put a little dot somewhere. Maybe I'll put a little piece of a dot right there. You guys will not see that dot. All right, put the dot's right there. No biggie. Let's take some tape of some sort. Let's take the white blue tape. We'll utilize this tape. We'll put some sun rays in there. Okay. Now, will we see all these sun rays? I highly doubt it, but you're gonna see a few of them. Let's just make it long enough here. Okay. Nice way to make some. You see a little gap right there. Okay. We'll put the tape right there. Put it right across that gap, just like that. All right. Okay. We'll take a 1/2-inch brush. We'll get a little bit of white. We'll mix it right in here. Just like that. Use the side of the brush. Okay. Now this paint is more like mixing white than anything else. All right. Remember, I'm not using any medium, just water. And right now it's just the paint itself. I have to brighten that up a little bit. It's not nowhere near as bright as I need it to be for some light rays anyway. Okay, side of us, be extremely light with this. I'll kind of wipe some of that off there. All right, and we'll go right from there, and we'll very lightly kind of pop it in there like this, just very light. I'll just keep repeating it. I'll flip the brush around, and really I want it to kind of be from over here. I'll just keep on very lightly doing that. You guys don't see it yet, but you will. You'll see it. You'll start to see the little light rays. I'm just using the side of the brush. I'll just keep repeating. All right, I was going to go from up there, but I'll start from there. Now the light rays can be of any color mixture. Try to get it as close to your sky pattern as possible, if you can. Okay. I'll keep doing it until I feel I did it enough. And yeah, it's there, but it's a little, it's not bright enough. This, once again, this white is more or less like mixing white. I'm just contaminating it with the blue. All right. And like I said, you won't see most of this. Therefore, I'm gonna do plenty. It will look more natural when it's all said and done. Okay. I'm looking at it. Believe it or not, it still needs to be even brighter. You'll be doing this until you get the right mix. And it's just really more white. I'm still contaminating with blue, but still more white and a very light touch. Very, very light. And you see, I can get rid of that. That's no big deal. Because I want it to come pretty much in between the bushes. It could still be a little bit brighter than that, but it's okay. We'll work with that. We got one right here. I'll put one right in there, just like that. And just start off very, very light. So we'll go right in this gap in here. Very light. So we got another one right there. You can start to kind of see it there happening. Okay. We'll pop a little bit of something right in here, just like that. Just have it come on down. This might not look like much right now, but it will. It will. Okay, now you can start to see it. I want this one a little stronger because I want it to kind of stick out all up in here. You might not even see it when it's all said and done, but I just need it to kind of really show itself a little more. Get some more paint. And really put it in there. Because you want the light beams to show, but you want little particles to kind of show through it a little bit. That's a little bit better. All right. Okay. Right here. Get a little touch. You can angle your brush also. If you feel you got a little much on, you just, get rid of some of it. Come right in here, just like that. You don't have to go all the way down either. All right. You see how quickly I did that? You see this? Okay. Right where you see little gaps in the foliage there, that's where you put your light beam. And you can obviously, as you see me doing, just keep repeating the tape, using the tape over and over again. It's all right. Contaminate the white with a little bit of your blue. Okay. And just take it right off. You see what's happening now? You see what's going on there? Okay. And there's gaps and spots and little patches and little pockets you can put some of these beams at. Yep, I use my finger. I can wipe it away a little bit. Okay, but you see how things are starting to happen there. Do them at different sizes of rays. Okay. And as I'm doing this, very lightly, very light, just like that. I'll get this one a little bit bigger. Right up in there. All right. Now you see what's going on there. Okay. All right. Let's we'll pop one right up in here. Now, technically, you would go past the mountain to do the light rays because, obviously the sun's higher than that mountain. But once again, it's just an example of atmospheric stuff. All right, just like that. All right. Let's clean this off. It's good to see you guys. If you have any questions, just type them in there. Okay, I see where I want my first landmass. My second one is back here. So let's take advantage of some of this blue. I want a smaller fan brush than this. I'll use this one. So we're gonna get some kind of grass stuff going. Darker version of this of the blue back there. I'll kind of deaden it with a little bit of white. I still want it kind of light back there. Okay, so right back here, I can probably push this up a little bit here. You guys can see what I'm doing. I'll bring it up above the little window there. We'll put it right here. All right. So back in here, we can kind of, we'll play with some. Still fairly light back in there. I'll probably get it a little bit darker than what you're seeing right now. Sorry if some of my little river bits go away. That's okay. Now I'm gonna go into this darker blue. Let's see what that looks like here. Yeah, that'll be good because I'm looking for texture. So this is good right in here. It's like this. So that's good like that. Okay. All right. That's cool. That's cool. That'll work. With the same color, a thinner brush, we're gonna put some far away looking I don't know why they can't come to my mind. It's kind of embarrassing. I keep wanting to call them logs. They're not logs. I can't think of what they're called. Can you believe this? But anyway. All right. We'll put a few of them up in there, like actually needs to be a little darker than that. Actually, I wanted to go past that, so we'll just put it here. Something like that. And we'll kind of pop them in kind of tight right in there. A lot of these you will not see when it's all said and done. We're just gonna pop them in there real quick. Just use the natural color. Because these are in the background. Put them at different widths for different sizes. Of course, you guys don't see all of that. Let's go back there, right about there. They're not going to be really too tall. We'll put some thicker ones right up in here. Because like I said, these guys are in the background back there, but still similar color. Something like that. Put some in here like this. And you'll see what I'm going to do as I do these. In here, pop something here, in there like that. Trunks, tree trunks, that's what I was really getting at. We'll put a crooked one up in here like that. Then we'll kind of come here, have one kind of cross it that way. Okay. Put one here, put one up there somewhere, like that. One going off this way in that direction, like that. So these are going to be obviously deciduous trees with the long leaves, with the bushy fro leaves, I'll call them that. All right. Some more paint here, and we'll pop a couple here, right in here, like that. Like so. All right. Tree trunks, yes, trunks. There's the trunks. Really? Now we're going to get fairly clever with putting the leaves on here. We'll make them kind of spacious. Okay. I can actually do it with we'll do it with this brush. Now this brush, see, it's all of this in here. Okay, I should use a wider brush than this if I was smart. And nobody has ever said I was the, you know, had the smartest card in the deck. Maybe I'll use this. This is nothing but a cheapy old window trim brush. Okay, and now they're pretty cool, but see this little gap in here? That's not cool. But that's just the way they were made. But we're gonna take advantage of that. All right, I'm going to go into here and use. Now it could be quite difficult because people, i.e. me, tend to want to use the whole brush. Don't do that. Just use the tip, and you'll see. Now I'll take this, and we'll just do interesting little leafy patterns with it. Come out here with it, just like that, going different ways with it. And doing it like that, it takes quite a bit of paint. Okay, I'll skip around a little bit, just like that. Just kind of skip around, move around a little bit, get little interesting little groupings going. Still utilizing only the I'll come down here, pop some bushes in there like this. I'm going to end up using a little bit more paint because I don't have enough here. It dries up. Okay, but I am going to use the thicker paint for it, and we're getting interesting little patterns, little groupings of bushes with it. Okay, that should be more than enough. I'm using the thicker paint. Gives you interesting little globs and patterns. Put it right in the brush there. Tap it a little bit, and you're still going to kind of see this. Not much in detail. Don't need to be. Pop some little bushes in there. Okay, you still see bits of the trunks. Spread them out. Get you some more paint. And a fairly light touch. Okay. Come down here a little. And this is still going to be quite light compared to what's going on preceding these guys. Okay, so don't get too caught up with trying to save everything back there, even though you put your time into it and whatnot. Okay, remember, you're looking for a very natural look. All right, let's come on over here. Really get those tops going in there. I'm turning the brush around all different ways and types. You don't have to put bushes down on the bottom. Let some of that light show through there. Okay. I'm really just tapping the paint into the brush into the paint. Just get those interesting little globs of light and stuff going through. Come on down here a little bit. Pop some bushes there in the corner down there. Nothing, it doesn't have to be super detailed, because once again, they're going to be obscured by the other bits of foliage, the darker stuff in there. All right. And keep them pretty interesting up near the top there, where the top of the tree is, or trees, many of them. Now, I know it looks kind of odd because we done got rid of all those rays, right? We didn't get rid of all of them though. We didn't get rid of all of them. Don't worry, we'll put some more back in there. And when we're talking about atmospheric stuff, so just, you'll see. All right, we'll keep it pretty much like that. We got our landmass back there. We got these things going on back there. Okay, remember this is just acrylic paint. It will dry. All right. Okay. And this is still background. It's all background stuff you're looking at back there. Okay, while we're waiting for that to dry up, I'll put this brush right here. Let's take our 1/2 inch. Let's go in with a little bit of, well, because I don't think we're going to be using too much of this blue anymore. So let's get a little rubbing alcohol. Let's make some of that disappear. You give the rubbing alcohol a few seconds. Okay. Now, once again, like I said before, I hope that's rubbing alcohol. Yeah, it's rubbing alcohol. This white paint hardens because you can actually use paint pens and stuff over this white paint once it's dry. So once it's hard, it's like almost like shale. It's really tough to get up. Okay, but it is chalk paint. So when it dries, you can use it as a, whatever surface you put it on, you can use it as a chalkboard. You can put those markers on it and whatever, and you can take a sponge and wipe it off. That's what kind of paint this is. So if you go there to Walmart and you see different colors, but it says chalk paint, when it dries, it dries like stone, this stuff. Because that's what it's really used for. They got different colors of it and everything, but there. That's what this stuff. That's what the paint's used for. Okay, give me a towel real quick and wipe up that stuff. I know I was forgetting something. I forgot to get another roll of tissue. Yeah, we'll just get that up out of there, just like that. Wipe it right away. Okay, I don't need it to be perfectly clean there. All right. Hello, Mona. How are you? It's been quite a while since I've seen you. It's good to see you. Let's get a little bit of phthalo. We use phthalo green. We'll use a little bit of phthalo green and a little dot of phthalo green, and we're going to use some if I can find it here. There, I got a better tube than this, but we'll just use this. Phthalo green and some of this Prussian blue here. I have a very simple color palette. And we're not going to use any glycerin, like I said. We're just going to use water, because a lot of you don't have glycerin. Okay. All right. Where are we at here? Let's get our phthalo green, a little bit of phthalo green, a little bit of blue. We'll mix it in together a little bit, because the river, when it's all said and done, it's going to be pretty dark. Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit of water, put it right in there. And once again, I'm just blocking this stuff in, all right? That's all. Because if I decide to keep the river, I might as well just kind of block this stuff in a little bit. And that's all I'm doing really, is just blocking it. And you'll see in a second why this river would be this dark. Okay, you just don't see it right now. But this is definitely something you guys can try out. All right. And once again, it's just a little bit of paint, a little bit of water. And I do use thick paint. I use Grumbacher Heavy Body acrylics. All right. And once again, you make pretend that fence doesn't exist, and you just block it all in. It's all right. Block it in. I'm not looking for anything to be really pretty right now. Just blocking it all in, so I know where things are once I start getting foliage heavy. All right. A little bit of green, a little bit of blue, just block all that in. We'll work with it as we move along. Block it all in. Paint right on top of the fence. Doesn't matter. I think I bring it out this way. Block it right in. There it is, right here. All right. All right. I don't know why I'm playing with this color. I might as well just act like I know what I'm doing here and just block it all in. There we go. Block it right in there. I'm not looking for it to be any kind of flowing river or anything like that yet. It's not time for it yet. But I'm just putting it in here just for placement, so I know where it is. Okay, myself. All right, just like that, just block it right in. It's all right. But we're gonna pretty much keep it fairly this dark, if not even darker. Okay, but that's where that's gonna be. Okay. All right, now we're gonna gradually get a wee bit darker. I'm looking at things here, and I think I'll put the next batch of rays where it makes sense to put them. Because I know I put the rays up there. Let's put the rays, because these rays are gonna disappear. You're not gonna really see too many of them. Let's put it. And we'll just put it right in the center right here. There's a dot up there. You don't see the dot yet, but you will when I move back a little bit. I'm gonna have to move back when I paint the other bits of foliage. But the dot's right there. You guys see the dot right there. Okay. All right. I think we're good right about there. Let me put the focus on real quick. Okay. Now, still need more foliage. This is darker foliage. Okay. Now, the bigger batch of foliage, we're gonna have a little fun with it, because it will be all up in here. It's gonna come up in here. Nothing but foliage. We'll put the trunks in later after I put all the foliage in, and then we're gonna play and create depth just with the foliage itself. All right. Okay. Let's get with a little bit of. We'll use more Prussian blue in the green mix. As a matter of fact, now you'll see why this water is going to be kind of dark. So I'll just kind of get a nice batch of this blue here. This blue's almost gone. And we're going to get some nice phthalo green. We're going to pop that in there. These will not be the darkest leaves in there, but we gotta get them darker, so you'll see how light and bleached out this is back there. All right, we're gonna get a palette knife. We're gonna mix some colors in here. All right, let's mix a chunk of this phthalo blue. We'll put it right in here. Get a nice batch of green. We'll mix it right up in there. We're gonna mix these two together right in here. Mix them pretty good. This is gonna be our nice little deep foliage color right in here. Just like that. Okay. That's cool. Now I just put a batch of it on my finger. All right, we're gonna use that. We're gonna use a sponge. I'm gonna wet the sponge this time. I usually don't, but I'm gonna wet the sponge. This sponge I had for a few years. I like the patterns in it. When you start using sponges, you are going to get oh, you're always blessed and welcome to be here, Mona. It was quite a minute since the last time I seen you. These are all acrylic, yes. Yep, I do paint with acrylics. They dry real fast. There's no medium with this Mona at all. No medium. There's no medium in this. It's just water. All right, acrylic paint in water. And I'm gonna take the sponge. All right, you almost see the leafy pattern there. All right, now in doing something like this, all right, because I'm doing a bunch of deciduous trees here, very leafy trees. Okay. The important thing is getting interesting little patterns in this. Okay. Now, when you're doing the outside edges of these trees, okay, just remember your placement. We're gonna pop a few of these guys right up in here like this. Get a nice little dark batch and kind of bring it out there like that. All right. Okay. Do another one right here up at the corner, and you get it fairly dark up there, but you keep it pretty interesting on the edges. Let's come down here a little bit like that. Okay, and once again you get a nice little dark batch in there like so. All right, now watch how I do it here. Okay, get it fairly dark, and we'll come out here and kind of pop one in there like this. Get it, have a nice little pocket. It's okay. Come out here a little bit. Come on down. Keep it, pretty dark on the edges. Pretty interesting at the pretty dark at the edge of the board. I mean, okay. Then we're gonna come out here a little bit, just like that. Keep it pretty dark in certain spots. Now I know it looks a little bit crazy right now because you don't know, but you will. Let's get the rest of this green, the rest of this blue, mix it in. Pretty dark, pretty deep color. More than likely we'll be using more of this because I still got to go on the other side. All right, but it's okay. Mix it right in there. Pop it right in. Okay. And I'm not adding any water to this paint because once again, I want it really to dry. Okay. All right. Pop some in there like this. Like that. Come on in. Come up here a little bit. Bring some out there. Yep. Come all the way out here. All up in here. Fairly deep. Pop it in there. Just like this. And you notice, now I could just wipe it, right? For a nice, like, I can just wipe it like that, but don't do that. Because then you're killing the pattern. Don't do that. Now there's going to be even darker foliage in front of this, but right now I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking right now in my mind like this is the only one we're going to do. Okay, and that's the approach you're going to have to take to this, doing something like this. All right, but you're going to see in a second. And yet we've even got the other part to do, but not yet. Not yet. It's only two colors we're mixing, so it's not like you're going to forget what color you mix to get this. Fairly deep and dark all up in here. But as you can see, as dark as it is, in there. All right, we're gonna still add a little bit of dimension into that. All right, we've got this side to go to, and we're gonna go to it after I mix some more. So let's mix the rest of this. I'll just put it right in here. This is like the last batch of this stuff. I'll get a big clump of it. I don't think we have any more paint left with this. This is what, Prussian blue? All right, this is gone. I got another big batch of it, so I'm not really worried about using all of it. Now that's a giant batch of Prussian blue there. All right, we're gonna get an equally giant batch of green. We're gonna mix it together. Now, when it comes to mixing the other colors, we'll just use what's left of that. Okay, so once again, yeah, I'm not really wasting any paint. Hashtag don't panic. Okay, we're gonna just pop it and put it right in there together. Big batch of it, just like that. You probably never see me mix a big batch of paint like this before. But then again, this is also a bigger canvas. This is what is it, 16 by 20, I think. Okay, canvas panel. I prefer really to use a canvas panel than an actual canvas, because it's just constraints of my living quarters. You know, I don't really have the space to put all these paintings. All right, okay, there we go. Mixed in fairly deep, fairly dark. Like I say, what I don't use here, we're gonna mix it and make it even darker for the other bushes. Okay, so we're gonna come over here on this side. Now I'm not gonna go here on the bottom, but I'll keep it somewhere up around here. Okay, all right. Now remember, you're gonna have other bushes after this, so just keep that in mind. All right, okay, let's come up here and let's just get some things happening right up in here like that. Interesting little shapes, little doodads and things happening right up in here. Okay, just like that. But here, look, make things really interesting there. I have it pop out there and maybe put a little something way out here like this. Okay, and have it come down all up in here like that. All right, don't be scared to place these things. Put them in there. Put them in there. A little dark over here where you have the frame of the painting. You know, put that darkness in there. Okay. Okay, come on up here a little bit. Pop some of that love past that mountain. All right. And then get some interesting things going on up here. And keep it fairly dark in here. Now they're a little more, these are going to be a little more detailed. They're going to be closer to us. All right. Let's add some love up in here. Right about here. Just like that. And keep it fairly deep in here. We're going to work on that depth thing pretty soon. Just like that. All right, so we're going to work with that. Okay, now remember, you got another batch coming through after this. All right, so keep that in mind. Okay, let's clean this sponge. When you're done with it, clean it. Yes, your hand is going to get wet. Your hand's going to get paint on them, but it's all right. Clean it really good. You want to get all the paint out of there. Okay. Hey, Yvette, how are you, dear? Miss Southern Belle, hello. Greetings. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. It's always good to see Miss Yvette, who's a fantastic oil painter. She does, she paints with oil. You need to check her out. Really, it's Sonia, if you can, Sonia, if you could drop her link. It's Painting with Yvette. Wow, Madonna, I never made you a mod. Oof. The shame. I'm so sorry. Well, if you pop out and come back in, you'll have a wrench by your name. Okay. Same for you, passion for art. All right. Let's add some branches in here, some interesting looking. Now we have this greenish blue stuff happening here, and what I'm going to do is add, because it's more green, we're going to add its color opposite, but I'm going to use alizarin crimson, which is red on the color wheel. All right, so we'll pop a little bit of red right in here. Okay. All right. Now what's going to happen when I mix these two? They're going to cancel each other out. All right, and turn like a weird brownish color. We're going to get a little bit right here. We're going to this glob of green. Now you got these two very bold colors, mixing them together. Okay. This is very rare because I actually believe I use more of the globby blue stuff than the red, but that's all right. Okay, got this strange odd mixture of almost purple going on. We get a little bit of white here. Yep, they turned purple. Need more globby green. Need more globby green. It'll start to turn. It's going to turn a weird gray soon. Okay, there it is. See that weird blue-gray thing that's happening there? Now, if I keep adding green to it, all right, it'll get more brownish. It's going to get more gray. Okay, so right now it's got that weird light purple happening. We'll just keep playing in it there. But it's got the green and the blue mixed in it. All right, so I can actually get it to be more gray by adding like orange or something crazy in there. But I wanted more of a wood, or at least a tree bark color. And mix that red in there. It'll cancel each other out again. And when it gets that weird brownish color, then it's going to start, well, it's starting to turn a deep gray right now. Now, if I add white to this, you'll see it's going to start to turn gray. Color mixing is fun. It is. It's a ball. I love doing it. And I love showing you guys. See? Now, look at that. Didn't I tell you it's going to turn gray? Look at that. But it's a different type of gray than black and white. But look at that. Very, it's a cool color, but it's a very, when I say cool, I'm meaning the hue, the color temperature itself. It's a cool color. These are two warm colors. Okay, even though technically there would be a cool red, but in the scheme of things, look at this palette, these are two warm colors, and here's a row of cool colors right there. You got me? Okay. All right, let's take some of this. All right, let's come up here. So we can establish all sorts of different levels of planes of foliage here. All right, I'll just take this flat brush. I'm gonna pull it towards me so I can get a nice chiseled edge here. Use as best as I can. I got paint loaded all over the place. Remember, I'm gonna make pretend that fence is not even there. You guys that popped in, you don't even know there's a fence here. I just painted over it. All right. Okay, so let's go up here. Let's just go up here and we'll kind of pop in a branch like right here, like this. It's like that. And then I'm using actually the corner of the brush. All right. I'm using the corners of the brush. I'm not using the whole thing. All right. And we'll pop one right up in here like that. Let's have it just kind of go up here like this. And we'll have it kind of right here. Come over here like that. We'll tighten that one up a little bit better. this. All right. Yeah. All right, we'll pull. Once again, you can do all sorts of interesting things with this. I kind of like that coming off the page deal, so we'll kind of do another one right here. Just kind of eke off the page, and we'll have one come up here like that, like so. All right. Okay. Let's bring things a little closer to us. Let's just have one. Oh, right about here. We're just having come out here like this, a little thick here. Kind of root him and have him come out this way. Then we have a branch kind of come up here, and we'll get one kind of coming this way. Why am I doing it this way? Why am I making it look like this? Well, we're going to put our highlights and whatever over some of these branches. You got me? I'm going to add a little bit of water to thin out the paint a little bit. Because remember, we're working with pretty thick paint here. Okay. No medium. Just paint and water. Oh, Lord. Do you know, if I had a nickel for every time someone says that, but I guess I'll call that, I'll consider that a compliment. But I'm told that often. Oh, let's just put one coming the opposite way. Let's have one come here like that. Just like that. We have it coming here. And like that. And we'll put a little something back there. And we'll come out here a little bit and pop one here. Somewhere like that. Just pop them in there. Just put them right in there. Okay. If you're running out of paint, you'll know if you're running out of paint. We'll put some narrow ones in there like that. And if you don't like what you've done, you can always cover it up. All right. You know, just act like Area 57. Just cover it right up. Just like so. All right. Okay, we're going to go on the other side. We're going to do some more of the same. You don't necessarily have to use a 1/2 inch if you're a little nervous about using a 1/2 inch. We'll kind of have one right up in here like this. Kind of go off on its own little, it's going off, and the branch is going off on its own little nature trek. Okay. We'll do that one again. Kind of come off, it's going off the page there, and we'll kind of bring some up this way. Come out here a little bit. Just pop those branches in there like that. Like I said, we're going to add little highlights, a few little cute highlights to some of these, and pop some here. Come out here like that, way up, have them reaching way out there, like so. All right, so it kind of roots them. You follow me? Kind of keep them rooted there. Some of these you'll see, some of these you will not see. All right. Simply because of the fence and whatnot. Okay. All right. All right. Boucher Street, hello. You're welcome, Passion for Art, no problem. Let's get a rigger brush. It looks like this. Okay. A script liner looks like, my script liner is a rebel. It likes to hide. Okay, this is I'll put it in the light there. It's a rigger brush, all right? And this is a script liner. You see the difference? Okay. But we use this. We use this guy. All right. Let's get a little bit of white paint. We'll put it right here by this gray. We'll lighten the gray up just a tad. A little more white paint. This is almost like soft white. So it's not like, it's not titanium white. Titanium white covers everything. Titanium white's one of the most opaque paints you can get. Titanium white can probably cover death. All right, it's very, very thick stuff. We're just gonna highlight a few of these little branches. All I need really is a slight little line. You're not gonna see all of it because, quite frankly, it's gonna be covered with leaves, but what you will see, it will be highlighted. And that's basically all I'm doing, is add cute little highlights here. Okay, just like so, just cute little line. A line is all you need. Remember, there's going to be other things in front of these guys also, so all you need really is a line. All right, and we're going to put some, I'm doing this also to get to the leaves to dry, because we're going to, once again, we'll pop in some rays. I went the wrong way, I go that way. I can even add stuff like this. Look, there's not even a branch there, but I can add it anyway. I can put a couple of them because it's just giving you the appearance of having one there, even though there's not one there. You can do all sorts of things. You can alter on the fly if you need to. All right. So I might as well get Yovet to laugh and say, this is your world. You are the architect. You can have your trees in your forest any way you like. It's your world, your pretty little tree, blah, blah, blah. All right, just like that. Okay. Titanium white has saved the lives of many an artist. They ought to make titanium white with the letter S on the bottle in a cape. Yes. Titanium white Rob is a hero to many. Once again, I'm just adding things as I'm really framing out the trees here. Once again, I'm doing this like the fence doesn't even exist, and you have to keep that type of frame of mind. All right. Okay. I'm adding a few more in there. All right. But as you can see, things are starting to somewhat kind of come to life. You really don't see me do too many paintings much like this, probably because of the time involved. And then when I get into the teaching mode of things, I can do, let me put the focus on a little bit more. When I get into the teaching mode, I tend to run my mouth and you know, and just add them in there, just like so. And these paintings take quite a while to do once I start rambling. All right. Now, acrylic paint also, the temperature of your room affects acrylic paint. If your room's a little warmer, it will dry faster. If your room's a little cooler, it will take that much longer to dry. Acrylic paint is water-based, so it dries by evaporation. All right, there will be a test, so pay attention. I'm just kidding. Once again, I'm just adding branches as I'm doing it, because here's the actual branch here, right? I'll just paint that out real quick here. But I can just add, see how I just add stuff, just stuff, just add it in there. And you can get away with it because these are a little bit closer, so you can do a little more with them. Okay. And once again, once I pop highlights in there, you'll see why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because once you put the highlighted limbs in there, things start to make a little more sense. All right. I'll come out here, and it is just a quick line, not really too much excessive detail in these. All right, because even though they're closer to us, but you don't have to do all that. Once we get into the bigger guys, then you start adding details. The closer you get, the more detail it is. You got me? All right, but now just putting these in here brings, remember you in the beginning you barely seen the mountain, but now look. All right, now you see it out there. Now you even see the dot that I've put in there. Okay. So your eyes aren't really playing tricks to you, on you. It's just your eyes are adjusting. You follow me? All right. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the water for a sec. Let's start to pretty this water up a little bit. Once again, it's the water will be darker because it's really surrounded by all this blue-green. All right. Okay. Let's get some water here. 1/2-inch brush still. I could technically use a larger brush. I just technically don't want to. All right. All right. So we'll just kind of glaze some darkness in there. This is not the final thing about with the water, but I just want to neaten it up and get some of that. We'll just neaten it up a little bit. We'll just kind of come in here. We're making the water just a little darker. And we'll kind of pop highlights in there a little bit later. Right now, I'm just gonna really just darken it up. And it's just water. So actually, I'm making a quick glaze right now. Let's say if you don't get a hold of vegetable glycerin, guys, you can get, you can use, it's controversial. Not too many purists would recommend it, but you know what? When they have their channel, then you know they can talk bad about it. But for me, it works for me. And I was told about it from somebody else who is an excellent painter and very popular. But you can use shampoo to do what I'm doing for glazes and blending and whatnot. You can use shampoo either straight out the bottle, or you can add a little bit of water to it. It's up to you. Okay, but it's water soluble. Shampoo does have glycerin in it. Yes, it does. And it blends your paint quite well. It prolongs the drying time, so it's a good extender, blender and extender. All right. And yes, you can use it because I've used it. And if you see some of my earlier videos, I've even titled some of my paintings of how to do clouds and whatnot using shampoo. Shampoo, not lotion. Lotion's oil based. Don't do that. Shampoo. Yes. Even if you use baby shampoo, it's all good. Shampoo, yes. Does it become bubbly? No. No. It will smell like apricot and oranges, depending on what flavor you get or what fragrance you get. You'll have one of the cleanest paintings around. So when you get done using, the shampoo, if it's something you don't like, you spritz it with water and just rub your hair in it. That'll straighten things out. Pretty good hair dye too. But as you see, I'm just darkening the water. All right, that's all. We'll add our little cute highlights and everything a little bit later. But now as you can see how everything's starting to look here. All right, obviously that spot's blank because our darker things will be in there. We're gonna get darker stuff coming down a little bit. You got me? You figure that this is dark enough, right? No. You remember, you have to kind of think through. All right, you got to kind of see what the picture is going to look like in your mind. Okay. All right, that's enough of me babbling. Before I put highlights in there, all right, you see that dot right there. All right, so naturally the sun rays will come from behind the mountain or whatever. Okay, so we'll start it obviously from here, and your light rays now will come through whatever little gaps you got through here. Okay, now I can do this one or two ways. I can add the highlights and then pop the rays in there. Okay. Either way, really doesn't matter how I really want to do it, but it's dry now, and I'll play with the light rays now. So we're gonna do the same thing like we did before. We're just gonna get a nice batch of tape, because I'm looking here where the longest piece should be, and then we'll work it from there. Okay, this is good right here, just like that. You would usually start from there and go to the lowest part or the longest part of your painting, okay, and then pop it off like that. That's all. That's all you do. Okay, alrighty. And most of this is more or less dry-ish, so we'll play with it from there. All right. I'll pick a spot to where I might want to it's usually within the gaps of the trees themselves. All right, so there's a nice little gap right in here. So we'll just put it there real light, just pop it right there. All right, you don't necessarily have to start from here. Okay, you just start right where you see the gaps at, and you'll see, just like what I've done with the other ones. We're gonna start with a wider brush. All right, side of the brush, white paint. You know what? Let's dip a little blue gray in that, just like that. Okay, so I don't want it completely white, so we'll kind of get that little blue gray in there, in that white. All right. No, don't do that. Then again, you know, it could be just like those little party lights that zap the bugs. You know, so you might have something there, Sonia. And we'll come here very lightly and just pop it in there like this. A couple of nice little swipes, just like this. Doesn't look like I'm doing much, but remember what we're doing right now is a darker batch of trees. Remember that. Okay. Darker batch of trees. I'm flipping my brush around. I'm turning it around very lightly, just like that. And I'll look at it. And you see, it's in there, lightly, but it's in there. We can go a little stronger, and I will. Get a little more paint, just pop it in there like that. I'm using the side of the brush. I'll get some of this little blue-gray stuff, have it in there, okay? Because I don't want it completely white, okay? Where are we at here? All right. Very light, very light. All right, now you'll definitely see that. Okay, I can take my finger, I can rub off the excess in there. Doesn't really matter. Now that you'll definitely see. Let's peel off the tape. Bet you see that ray of sunshine. Okay. All right. La 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 la. We'll come over here. We'll add a little bit right. We'll add it right in there. All right, so it's coming in between here. Okay, and I can just take the brush and very lightly just kind of pop it in there. Go light. You don't have to have them all the same size either. And that's all I'm doing. Going right from that little gap opening there. All right. And you'll start to, you start to see it come through here. All right. Okay. Got one right there. Get a little more paint. Both sides. Get a little bit of that purple gray. Pop it in there. Okay. It's essentially just dry brushing, really. Very light. Very light. Let's pop it in there. Okay. You can always wipe it off. And if it's a little too thick or you went too heavy, you can always use water and make it disappear. Don't worry about that. All right. Okay. That would be pretty interesting. We'll pop a pocket right in there. Actually, let's bring that way down here like that. I see something pretty neat, so I want to add it there. We'll contaminate the white a little bit. We'll have it start from right around here and just come on down. Yeah, that's fine. Come on down. Just like that. Come on down like that. See? You see what's going on there? All right. Okay. Got another little pocket right in there. Just find that little dot. See the little pocket right there? That's where I'm talking about. And we'll kind of put it right around in there. Very simple, very easy way to do sun rays. Okay. We'll kind of have it come right through right here. Right in here. Get yourself some more white. Get a little dot of that little bits of purple. Hello, Erica. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome. Control your hand strokes there. All right. I want to talk to you about something when you're doing sun rays. Now you see, obviously I've got the straight tape here, but you can make them on the opposite side, make them as wide as you want. You got that straight part that helps you keep your perspective in line there. Okay. And I'm just dry brushing, that's all. Now I want you to see something pretty interesting. You'll see the ray here, nothing here, but you see it continue here. You follow me? You see it start here, nothing there, but it continues there. So that natural phenomenon happens in your painting. It can also happen. It happens in real life, it happens in your painting too. Okay. But now you're starting to kind of see what's happening, what's going on there. All right. Okay. You can really have a good time, have a lot of fun doing this stuff. And you know, people pay for these little subtleties. You know, if you're into that type of thing, like eating and paying rent. All right, we'll keep going here. I'll turn the brush around. If you want it stronger, some of these rays can be stronger, some can be lighter. Up to you. It's your thing. You know, you do what you feel. All right. Yeah. There you go. All right. How's that for a batch of rays? They're not really crazy. They're, you know, you can see them. You can see your little background through all of that. I'll keep this band of tape right here. I might be using that again. Okay, let's highlight some of these guys. If you're a little confused about highlighting your branches, the sun rays actually going to give you a hint to where you highlight them at. All right. Okay. Now, in doing a painting like this, I'll stop for a second. Doing a painting like this, okay, we really want to emphasize truly that washed out look, which we did, okay. And we're going to once we go even darker. But let's say, essentially this is the middle ground. If you want your trees here to be lit, great, light them up. That means your foreground stuff will be essentially quite dark. So if you over highlight this, whatever you put in the foreground will be almost just black. Okay, now that really gives you a sense of what we call aerial perspective. Okay, stuff that's closer to you is larger and it's darker. Things that are far away are a lot lighter and more washed out. Hence why you barely see the mountain and you have almost no definition in the sky. Okay, then you got your trees way in the back there. Then you got some a little closer, but pretty much the same color as your background. Okay, these guys, much darker blue-green in here. Okay, but once again, if you choose to highlight anything and you highlight these fellows in here, whatever you got in the foreground will not be as highlighted they'd just be almost like a silhouette back there. And remember, we still have a fence to do, okay, which is going to add even more to the depth. And then, you know, it leaves you to wonder, why the hell is there a picket fence in the middle of all this? But, you know, it's your world. You do what you want. If you want to add a picket fence, you add a picket fence. All right, let's get let's deal with this water. I was gonna deal with the highlights, but let's deal with the water for a second here. Let's get a very thin brush and we'll play around with the water. Hey, Madonna, thank you. I'm just reading the chat here. The fresh Vermont air is getting you a little sick. That's what the lack of pollution do to you. The side effect of it is called healthy. Oh boy. What kind of water do I want running through here? I wonder. Maybe I want something kind of calm. Here, let me show you guys something. Either I can have the water. Yeah, let's do it that way. Let's go into this funky color I got, this big glob of color I got right in there. I'll just put some out right here like this. All right, we get a little bit of white, pop it in there, like, okay, which kind of messes with the shades there a little bit. Okay, all right. I'm gonna get another brush. I'm just gonna take some water. Remember, we're not using glycerin or anything like that. We'll just take regular water because this is dry. Okay, one of the pluses of acrylic paint, it dries quickly. We'll just kind of use the water here. We just wet the board a bit. We'll just wet it here. Okay. And it's just a regular, it's just a longer haired 1/2-inch brush. Nothing. And just wet this stuff a little bit, just to make it a little damp. We'll take some of this funky color that I've had here, add it white, and we'll kind of do something like this. Watch what I want to do with this though. All right, then I'll just take it and I'll just go down with it. Let's go straight down. And you have to go straight down. Don't curve, go straight down with it, all right? It's not gonna show up too bright, but it will show. I'll just do a glob here, I'll do a glob here. Just a nice, interesting little glob like that. And I'll just take it and pull straight down. Pull, instant, nice little reflections going down, straight down. Keep it straight. Okay, straight down. Now remember, this water will spread and it will just kind of even out by its own lonesome. I'll highlight them a little later as we go on. But right now, it's just essentially me just showing you how to do this stuff. Come on down here, add a little glob or whatever. Okay, and just go straight down. I'll get bits of it a little bit brighter. I just have to add more water and brighter paint. And keep working at it, because the water evaporates really fast. You just keep going, keep working at it. Like I said, I'll get it even brighter, and you'll start to really see it. Okay. All right, but that's the general idea to it. Actually, I should just do it right now, to be honest with you. I'll just do it right now. I'll just add more water. I'll use a heavier brush. And we'll do it again. Really soak the water in there and put it right in there. And you'll see. Don't worry about what you see going on with it right now. All right. No, I'll use this brush. I'll just use the white. I'll put like a nice glob of it right here like that. And then I'll just take it, pull, just like that. Pull straight down, just like that. Pull it, pull it down. Get another glob of paint. We'll pop a nice little globlet right in there like that. Take it, pull straight down. Quiet, dog. Artist at work, concentrating. He can care less. As long as his food is in his dish, he don't care. And he doesn't either. Yes, I'm going upward. Don't matter. Pull it straight down. Oh, I think it's still damp here. Pop a nice little glob of it right down in here like that. I think it's still damp. It's going over the tape. Pull it straight down. I'll take some of this. Now some of this is on the tape also. I'll go upward. Go upward a little bit. It's all right. Don't panic. You're all right. You are A-okay. Wipe across. Like so. I kind of like that. Add some more in there like that. Press down. Go upward. That paint is moving around. You may not think so, but it definitely is. And keep in mind, you're over tape, so a lot of this you will not see. Okay, so moral support, sure, as long as there's a milk bone in it. Other than that, you know, he don't care. He just think I'm sitting at the board talking to myself. Where is he? He moved to the couch. When you're doing waves or any type of water motion, I'll explain it this way. No matter what kind of curve you got going on in here, all right, think in vertical and diagonal. No matter what your curve is, okay, your water is horizontal. You got me? Okay, water is horizontal. Yeah, I can even use my finger. But water is horizontal. All right. You can't make little crooked, tilted lines, because then you know your water's gonna drip right off the page. Not good. Bad for business. You get bad mojo. All right. Okay. Let's get. I'll use a smaller palette knife. We'll go into some of this goop in here. We'll put it right here. All right, we'll get a little bit of red, pop it in there. Okay, we'll get a little bit of orange. We're gonna brown it up a little bit here. Keep mixing, just like that. A little more orange. Okay, actually, it's turning into a warm gray. It's just dark. All right, something like that. Okay, I can keep that or I can lighten it up a little bit. I don't necessarily, let me see, I'm thinking, yeah, I better do that. Just a little bit of white. I don't need too much. You know what, I like that. I should have not overstirred it, but I kind of like what I had before. But we'll work with this. All right, we'll just get a nice little swipe across. Okay, I get some land going in here. Why not? I've always had trouble, especially in the beginning. I've always had trouble with land. Okay, I never seem to do it right. Especially with me being a lefty, I tend to do things kind of backwards anyway. But the land, much like the water, horizontal. Okay, so with a palette knife, be very careful. Don't try not to hold the palette knife like this, because when you, I'll bring it closer to you. When you do, okay, I'll put it here. You can see it. You tend to do this. I'm exaggerating. This way, that way. You tend to bend the thing. You're not icing a cake. Hold it like that. All right. But you got this little wedge of paint in there. Okay. Horizontal. Think horizontal. Don't go down like this. Don't go up like that. Think horizontal. Okay. Now, obviously, you got this little bend, and then it goes out that way. Okay. And you just very lightly kind of pop it out there like that. And you just think horizontal. Now there is no medium on this board, okay? And so I'm going up really into my grass area, okay? And now I'll just kind of put the land out that way. You can have some come out a little more, come in a little more, up to you. Okay. Really up to you how you want to do it. But once again, pretty much horizontal. Now, if you're doing wet on dry like I'm doing, you may want to get heavier paint or a stronger glob of paint. I'm doing it thin, so it's breaking really easily. And it's fine, because I can always go back over it. Okay. But that's all I'm doing basically, is just putting it up in there. Just like so. But it is going horizontally. All right, keep it straight. All right. Yeah, I can kind of smooth out some of those edges there. Our land isn't going that far out there like that. Okay. Let's get some more if I got any more. If I don't got any more, I'll just make some more. I'll use a little bit of this red, a little bit of this orange. It browns up just like that. If I want it darker, I'll add some of that green stuff. Yeah, a little bit of green stuff in there. Just darken it a little bit. Just keep mixing, and it'll change color on you. All right. Lighten it up a little. A little too green, add red. It'll return that brown color back. See that? See how it comes back? Okay. Once again, color mixing, pretty fun stuff to do. If that's your thing. All right. Okay. You come out here, you're gonna pretty much do the same thing. Horizontal. I'll kind of come out here and we'll just do one of those. Get some more. Don't be bashful. Sometimes you just gotta do it, Okay. You can't be bashful with it. Horizontal, horizontal, horizontal. Bring it on out there. Some of this you'll see, some of this you might not see when it's all said and done, but it's all right. You gotta act like, you have to act like it's the only thing in the painting. And that's the only way you're gonna kind of maintain the flow of the thing. Bring it right up into the land a little bit. Okay, I'm down here. I gotta go backwards there. Yes, I'm doing awkward and upside down because the tape and the ledge is right here at the edge. But it's all right. All right, something like that. If you want to add cute little highlighty things to it, just get yourself a little bit of white. Pop a little color in there, it don't matter. Just like that. Now, let's go upward here. All right, let me show you something. adding your highlights. You've already got texture here. All right, so you don't have to press as hard. The Hey Shane, how you doing? Good night, Yvette. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate it. It's always a pleasure to have you come by. Now, a little bit of white. Remember, you don't have to do it as hard because you've already got texture here and the stuff is already starting to dry and tack up. Very light, and marble your paint so it's more than like one color, and you just lightly like that. See this? See that? Very lightly kind of go across it. It's like that. And like he would say, the paint will take what it wants and give you the rest. And that's true. And I'll go opposite direction and we're going towards the edge of the page there. All right, so you got instant texture going on there. You don't have to overdo it at all. Okay. Here, same thing. Very lightly, very lightly. Keep it horizontal though. Go straight across. All right. You're gonna get all sorts of crazy looking patterns, but go straight across. Straight across. You don't have to do every single inch of the thing either. Straight across, just like that. All right. Now I'm gonna show you something really cool here. Let's get our friend the script liner for this. I need something fairly dark, and I don't seem to have it. But you can't get any darker than black, so we're gonna use that. Actually, I'm gonna use kind of, because we're gonna need to, we're gonna have to go into that black for a mix of color for our ending part of our foliage. But anyway, water, thick black paint here. We'll push in a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing here. We'll go in about that far. All right, watch this. Instant perceived depth. All right, you see this? Watch. Right up in here, you kind of play around all up in here. And what you're doing is you're already creating a mound. You're creating depth of your land, just like that. Look at the way it looks now. All right, see this? Look at that. You guys can do this. I don't have to do every single one. Come here, a little bit here, a little bit in there. Bring a big batch of it in there a little bit. Just play around with it. Twirl your brush around, make it look all crazy looking. Okay. Just like that. You do more on this side, you really wouldn't see that here. You follow me? But you would see it here. You got me? So you come from over here and you're doing the same thing. This is why it has to be so dark. All right. One is kind of surrounded by foliage, bark and leaves and logs and whatever else you got going on back there. So something like that. All right. Okay. Okay, let's take our smaller knife. Let's get into some white. We'll kind of put it right there. I'll get a little sliver here, and then I'll just kind of put go right across a little bit here and there. If you do it right, it'll look like glass. Get some little water current things going there. If you do go straight across, it will look like a sheet of glass going across. So it's really up to you, or you can just come here and just add little currenty things like flowing water. Up to you, really up to you how you want your water to look. You can come on across like that. Okay, now you have movement in your water. You can put a little bit of love back here if you want, you know, up to you. All right, if you want that happening back there. Once again, that's your choice. It's really up to you. All right, okay, we're really moving right along. Let us pull back. Let's deal with these highlights. Thought I forgot about those highlights. I didn't forget. All right, I just wait for everything to become nice and dry. All right, highlights. Let's emphasize highlights here. Everything you see so far they're all color related to each other. This lightest color and this darkest dark, they're in the same family, every bit of it. Okay, all right. Even your highlights, the sun rays, everything in here is related. Okay, all right. So, highlights. Let's go. We'll go with the bright. No, I'm not feeling that. Let's go with yellow ochre. So let's look at this mound of mess we got down here, and we'll put the ochre right here. Okay, all right. We'll go with yellow ochre, and we'll use. I guess once again, for the sake of time, I don't want this brush. I'll use a smaller one. We're going to use a very small fan brush because I want nice, fine little detailed things going on. So I'll pull up yellow ochre right around in here somewhere. Okay, little touch of this white just to brighten it a little bit, and I mean only a little bit. Okay. I want you to see the color difference. Now you see the color now. Yellow ochre and then yellow ochre with the white mix. Okay. I'll get a little touch of water to thin that paint out a little bit. A thin paint does stick better than two different thick paints together. So a thin paint sticks to a thick paint. Okay, especially if it's like really tacky and stuff. Now I covered the whole brush, but I'm not going to use the whole brush. Okay. All right. We're going to have to kind of go macro close here so you guys can see exactly what's happening here. Let's go up here. And then we'll obviously move downward as I do this. All right. The shine. Where's all this glow going to come from? Well, the glow's going to come probably from the bottom. Little touches. Right down here, see this? So we'll aim it toward the bottom a little bit, just like that. All right, leave it be. That's enough for that one. Now, I'll keep this one pretty dark. We'll get the color coming this way, just like this, and go into your branches a little. Just like that. Get some more paint. You may have to thin it up a little bit. This is thick paint and my room is getting, well, it's pretty warm. All right. And we're going to play around all in the little branches here, the little dots. It's like this little interesting little groupings here. Come out here and pop a couple in there like this. Bring it down. Okay. Pop some of that in here, right around that where that sun ray is. Okay. And you're gonna pop a few bits in here. Come out here, put some right over a couple of branches, just like that. We're gonna move on down. Right around in there. We're gonna come up here, pop some love in here. All right. over here where that sun ray is, pop some love in here, go over that branch, come over here, past that ray, just like that. All right. Yeah, it does look like a almost like buttercup or butterscotch color. Yeah, it does. Just like that. Put them in there. Okay. Alrighty. Get some more. Get a little bit of water here. I'm just loosening the paint up a little bit there. Gentle touch, if you can. Very, very slight. Put some over here on these branches. Just like that. Come on back here a little bit. Put some past those branches in there. Okay. Come out here. We're going down toward the bottom over here. Pop some in here. And as you're doing these, come down by these branches. Okay. Come down here where the just like that. I'm gonna push. Just push a couple down in here like this. Come on in here, push a couple. Oh, you guys can't see that down that low. Sorry, I'm down here. Pop a couple in here. Okay, I'm gonna give it a little push. Just like that, push a color. Come down here. Put some way down here by the land. All right. Now you got highlighted grass all of a sudden. Put it right into the dirt there. All right. Pop some in here a little bit. Don't worry about where the tape is for the fence. All right. Don't concern yourself with that. Come up here, add some highlights in here. And if you can, keep them kind of circular looking. Okay. It's all right. Pop them in there. Just like that. All right. Give it a little push here. Push some down here. Just like so. All right. I'm looking. Let's pop up bits of love right in here. Just like that. Let's move to the other side here. And we'll brace it up there, right about there. All right. We're still concentrating more or less on, as Miss Boucher would say, the buttercup color. And we're adding it in there, get a little bit of water, loosen up that paint a little bit. Now, if you feel you got a little much on the brush, that's all right. That's what your water is for. Clean off your brush. Okay. And dip just the tip of the now this is a hog's hair fan brush. All right, I'll just dip just the tip of it in there, and you just do with the leaves here. Just see this. You get a batch, and then you just narrow it. Okay, you pop a couple of bits in there like that. Okay, right up in here, same thing. Cut across those couple of those branches, just like that. Come on in there. All right. And remember, down here toward the edge, you can just kind of give it a nice little push, and you got some, you know, highlighted greenery in there, or shrubs. Just highlight them. There's a reason why these guys are being highlighted the way they are also. All right. There's a method to my madness here. Okay. Come in here, add some more. Then you can take it and you push it down. Experiment. What kind of leaf pattern do you like? What appeals to you? You can try it as you're doing it. Okay, you can push up here if you want. It's up to you. You'll never know unless you try. All right. A lot of people get apprehensive because you're scared of messing up. It's nothing to it but to do it, to be honest with you. Okay, nothing to it but to do it. Come on back out here, get a little bit of that going in here. Okay. There's a reason why I'm doing what I'm doing right now, and you're gonna see this in a few. There's a reason why I'm putting a lot of this yellow in here. It has to be. It has to be. Let's move up. Actually, before I move up, here, let me show you something. There's not a leaf in here, but we're gonna put one there. Look, there's not one leaf in there, but we're gonna go right past that trunk. Put it in there. All right. Don't be scared. Put it in there. The only way they look so good is that the light has to have dark and the dark has to have light. Yin and yang, they work together. They need each other. Like the Batman needs his Joker. All right. I'll try to stay away from the comic book references. Come here. Pop it in there. Come right out here. Right out there. Get in here. Get all in there. Get in there. Just like that. Put it in there. Okay. It looks a little crazy right now. Maybe to you. It might even look like it doesn't make any sense for right now. Okay. Just like so. I will pull this whole thing back and you'll see what I'm talking about here. I'm just cleaning off the brush. This hog's hair brush is actually an oil painting brush. It can be used for acrylic. Nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't necessarily use it for watercolor though. It's a little too stiff. So let's put back a little bit here and you see what we got so far. All right. Let's adjust the focus. All right, this is what we have. All right, we got this happening here. All right, you still got your rays going through all of this. Okay. All right. Let's get cute. Let's use a little bit of alizarin crimson. We'll put it right here. And a little dot of that right there. All right, we're gonna add a few bits of, now when you add red to anything, it's like a firebrand. Your eye automatically goes to it. Be very sparse with it, be careful. All right, okay. I got a brush I've seen over here that really needs to be cleaned better. You know the sad thing, Boucher Street, I don't have like no merch. I really should get that going, right? Little merch thing going. I think some of my paintings would look pretty cool on a hoodie. Just saying. Okay, I'll use this. This is just an old beat down brush, size 8. Used to be a flat brush, but I like it because of the thickness of the bristles, and you'll see why. I do got a little twinge of white paint. We'll just go in there like that. We'll lighten up some of this red. I'll just keep it here. You guys can see it. But there's a reason why I use the crimson, because it's still pretty deep. All right, so we got this deep almost pinkish color happening. And we're gonna just add a few. Look at this. So we'll add a few of these kind of going down almost to the water's edge there. So I got a little bit of just color in here. Some of this you're going to see, some of this you will not. I'm also giving it, you give it a slight push, you get a certain kind of bush happening there. All right, I'll put some out here. Once again, you do this and don't think about where the fence is. All right, don't do that to yourself. You can drive yourself crazy. Come here, add a few of those bushes right up in here like this, right? You skip around, go down, come on down, bring some of that down there. Just like that. Put them in there, like so. Just a few. You can bring some a little higher, pop them in there. I'm just giving a slight push, really. Okay. And they're at a certain level. You got me? Okay. Let's go back into this, get a little bit more white, and mix it in there. Bounce the brush into the bristles, and a very light touch. You can even give a slight push like that, but very, very light. Okay, so we got some of that going on in here. Put up into the trees a little bit like that, and I'm just giving a slight push. All right, I can come out here. See, slight little push right there. Have some come up in here. Got some firebrands in there somewhere. Just like that. And once again, they're at a certain height. Okay. I'm gonna get a little touch of water. We'll loosen up this paint. All right. Thin paint dries quick. Pop a few of those bits in there like that. We'll have some, we'll have a couple of bits coming over here at the edge and the bottom there. All right, and just really leave it be. Okay, that's it for that. All right. Now, the most detailed, well, I got one more thing to do. It's just because I like the use of this script liner brush. We're gonna get some detail. I'm gonna go right into this yellow ochre with this green. It'll brighten it up a little bit, believe it or not. All right, just like that. Get some water, almost an inky consistency. You're gonna need it. All right, I'm gonna need a little more white. And this time, because of time, we're at 2 hours and 18 minutes, but who's counting? All right, just a little touch of white in there, boom, and we'll pop it in there real quick, just like that. Put it in there. All right, and this is to titanium white. Careful with this stuff. All right, I think that's somewhat inky enough. All right, here we go. Hey Iris, how are you? Good to see you. Let's get some long grass in there. Let's raise the camera up a little bit. Let's bring it in. Let's bring it in. Let's bring it in. Right about there. Okay. All right, let's play. We're gonna play in the woods. Watch. Play in the woods. Look at this. Look, very light. Just kind of pop them in there. Looks like this. Look what I'm doing. Look at this. See that? Play in the woods. It's all right. It's not gonna hurt. Go ahead. Pop them in there. Go on behind here. You got to keep them pretty thin. Keep them fairly thin. Let's play around in here with really thin, little wiry, little leaf things in there like that. Really watery paint, and it's the tip of the brush. Okay. There like that. Now I'm going over the tape on some of these, so some of these will not be seen, but don't fret. It's all right. Don't panic. It's okay. You're still keeping with the flow of the whole painting. So you're looking at the painting as an overall picture. I know I've got the fence in there, but it's all right. I might be doing a lot of this on the fence itself, but it's not going to matter because you're going to still see bits of these long flowing things coming through the fence, past the fence. It's okay. It's all right. Just keep going. Keep at it. Keep with the task at hand. It's all right. Don't if you mask off a subject just because you know the subject's there, don't mean you don't put the paint there. Don't do that, because it's gonna look like that when the finished product comes out. All right, you paint right through it. Paint through that. You hear me? Paint right through it. Are you asleep yet, Jessica? Did I bore you to sleep? Are you snoring? Curious minds want to know. Oh, really? You know, you can post your work on my Facebook page. I would love to see it. We're going to go on the other side, do the same thing. You can go a little heavier on the other side because this is the side that's closest to us. All right. I'm rolling my paint around. I can feel the paint getting thicker, and it's okay. It's all right. If it gets a little thick, just grab you some water, put it in there. Heavens, the Murgatroyd, you're still awake? I haven't bored you to sleep yet. Curiouser and curiouser. Pop him in there. These are a little longer, a little thicker. They're closer to us. Have them going in different directions also. Okay. I'm going to do something with this when I'm done here. Adding them in there. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Okay. Because we're still dealing with light and shade, even though we're adding more colors in this painting. This is still the middle ground. We didn't even get to the foreground, the beginning of the foreground yet. We are, though. We are. And then all of this will make a lot more sense to you. Because remember, our main thing, the reason why I even did this painting, is for depth perception. Showing you how to do depth. Let's get the focus going. And let's move this painting over a little bit so you guys can see what's going on. Put some of them tall things up. Come on out here toward the. I'll just put them out there like that. You got these little weed things. Now watch what I'm going to do here. Same green. I'm going to come here, right here. I'm going into my titanium white, into a little bitty patch of green. I'm just going to caress the green into that white just a little bit, but it's going to just contaminate that white a little bit. Make it extremely watery. This is more titanium white than anything. Just like that. Now watch. You get little bits of sunlight hitting these things here. Just like that. Just off and on. Just pop them in there. Going different. See this? Some of it just touches the tip on some of these guys. Okay. Some of them, sometimes it just hits the tip of these guys. See? Just like that. Especially out here where the sun ray is. Wherever you see the sun rays, for that brightness is hitting them guys right in there. Excuse me. Let's put some of that brightness all up in here too. Come out here like that. Do them in patches. Put the bright stuff in certain patches. Come on up here. It's like that. Come on out here in this corner. Pop them out there. A couple of them in the. It's like you're just painting the tips of some of these guys. The light is hitting just the tips of a few. And some coming here. Just in little patches. Okay. Oh, what kind of have some curving this way? It's like that. Once you get accustomed to doing these, they go by rather quickly. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. All right. So this is what we have so far. Okay. I'm gonna have to pull out a little bit. I'll try to get it to where you still see most of the, well, there it is, right? Okay, right about there. Let's get it away from that square. There we go. Put it in detail. Okay. All right. As you can see by my palette, it's as you can see, it's transparent. I did that on purpose. I'll probably make it a lot more solid next time you see I have the video going. Okay, guys, now let's look at the palette. Most of what we have here we've used. I have a giant glob of green blue stuff right there. All right, but I also have them little dots of black you see there. All right, now things are going to get a little interesting, because now we have to put in the other foliage, and we're going to put in probably a trunk or two, but it's really the massive leaves on the next one, because now we have to encompass all of this. Okay, this is where you had to kind of put your thinking cap on, because you don't want to obscure too much of it. Okay, but you have to do it in very distinct clumps, and they have to be larger. Okay, and obviously much darker. And keep in mind, there's a fence here, okay, that I have to peel apart and paint. So I have a kind of sort of a dilemma, sort of kind of. I can put in the giant bushes and trees and then keep it all shredded behind the fence, or I can paint the fence, peel off the tape, paint the fence, and then have half the fence covered with the bush. And I think the painting will look more interesting that way. So I think I'm going to paint the fence next. Okay, so with that in mind, it's time for me to bust out the where am I going to put this? I'll put this right here. This bust out the rubbing alcohol, and we're going to get rid of some of this mess right up in here. Yes, I can go around the other colors with the rubbing alcohol. I'm going to let it sit there for a second. Now, since I have an old man's bladder and I drank all that coffee, I have to take a break. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. That's right. I gotta put this back on. I forget. Hold on. There we go. All right. Okie dokie. I'm somewhat almost back. Hey. Yeah, I'm not a drinker anyway, but actually I used to do wine coolers. But that was quite a while ago though. Yeah, it was a minute. All right. I think I'm going to paint in before I paint in anything, I gotta get rid of this garbage. That's not good. Put it there. Just put it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put it right there. All right. Okay. Gotta get rid of this mess. I'll scrape it away. It comes right off. Oop, I don't want to get rid of that. I'll get rid of this though. Get rid of all this. Get rid of all that. Yeah, I'll probably get rid of that too. I don't need it. As you see, it does come right off. And, you know, I still didn't get more paper towels. Shame on me. I got all those paper towels, I didn't get them. But that's all right. I still got enough to get rid of this mess. It's nasty. Ugh. Okay. I gotta get rid of a few things actually. Yeah, let's get rid of that. I'll put it right here. Let's get rid of paper. Towel. All right, well, let's get rid of this stuff here. Yuck. Clean that up. Get rid of this mess. And it's just me really just cleaning up the stuff I don't really need to use. I don't have to totally have it super clean, but just get rid of all of that. All right. We're gonna paint the fence. Let's peel off the tape, because like I say, a lot of guys don't even know there's a fence in here, but there is. Okay. I should just paint these first. That would be logically the smartest thing to do. Let's paint these guys in first. All right. I might as well. All right. Let me show you. I'll do a close-up on this. Put it up above, like right about there. You guys get to see all my alcohol bottles and my water bottles, but they're all right here. Okay. Let's get a slim brush. Let us, you know what? I think I'll just use what I have. I'll dip it a little white here. All right, a little bit of white, a little bit of red. Pop the red in there. Let's get some of this glob and we'll mix it in there together. Get it kind of greenish. Get some red, pop it in there. Just mix it all in and get some more red, pop it in there. All right, that blue, the blue in that glob is making it that beautiful purpley color, which we're really not looking for. But you know what the opposite of purple is, right? Yellow. Even if it is yellow ochre. I just prefer to use the yellow ochre. So we'll pop a little yellow in there. It'll brown this stuff up a little bit. At least it should. Okay. As As you can see, it's turning more green, and that's all right, because we'll just use what's left of that red, which is not enough of it, but that's okay. I'll get some more. We're gonna need this to paint the fence anyway, so it doesn't matter. And I like mixing colors anyway, so it's all good. Put it right in there. Mix it right in. Just like that. Pop it right in there. Mix it up, mix it up, mix it up. Okay. Just like that. It turns that weird gray again. I'll keep putting more red in that greenish color. It's going to turn kind of brownish. Keep mixing it in there. There you go. See that with the yellow ochre? Okay. All right. Oh, get a little bit of white. Don't have too much of it. Okay. We'll use that. That's good. Like I said, I'm not really one for using a large color palette, especially for people who are learning. All right, get a little bit of water, pop it in there, and loosen up that paint a wee bit. If you got a small brush like this, make sure you got a brush with a decent edge on it. You're gonna need it. All right. Okay. All right. That's good. I got paint all in the furrow, but it doesn't matter. Okay. And we're just gonna paint it in. Paint it. Go. Be as exact as you can. Staying within the lines, please, as best as you can anyway. All right, just like that. I'll dip more into the water. Okay, loosen up the paint a little bit. And you really keep an eye on the edge that you're closest to. So the bottom of the brush, I keep a close eye on that edge. On the top, you keep a close eye on the top edge, really. All right. Now I'm a lefty. I shouldn't have went this way. I should have went this way. The reason why I say that is because when you go the opposite way, the palm of your hand end up getting into the paint, and then, you know, then you're calling the painter's hotline after work because you're in deep depression. So be careful. Now I have water in this, so it may bleed into your other fence post, but it kind of won't matter, because if you make your other fence post a different color or a thicker color, it's going to paint right over it. Another plus of acrylic paint. All right. And just try your best to stay within the lines, especially if you're doing architectural type of things. All right. Stay within the lines as best as you can. Okay. And when I'm painting here, which you see me do these strokes, I'm actually moving my whole arm. I'm not moving my wrist, because your wrist, it just won't stay straight. Okay, just take your time with this also. If you try to rush, that's when you mess up. So don't rush it. I'll look at your chat in a second here. Me doing paintings like this, I know it would take a while. So unless you're really learning and you want to know this process and really know how to do this, some people will stay and watch it. Oh, your paint stays on the brush. Well, Iris, It stays with my brush too. It's just, okay, say if you got a bunch of paint like I do right now. If you look at this brush, it's all in the furrow and everything. But I know how to just wipe it off on the palette. Okay. It preserves the paint, it saves your paint. Alright, and you just water it down, especially if you're dealing with acrylics, you just water it right down. But you also, you gotta mix enough of it. Okay. And if you mix enough of it, knowing that you can mix and make other colors with it, then it won't be a total waste. Which is probably another reason why I don't use a large color palette, because I don't want to really waste a lot of paint. Paint is costly, especially if you get into the other brands, more expensive paints. Yeah, they do cost a little bit. So some of the habits that I learned when I couldn't afford a lot of the paint, those habits still stuck with me, even though I got better paint. Okay. I used to believe a long time ago that if I bought $40 brushes and stuff like that, it makes you, you think that the paint, the brush will last like 100 years or whatever. Not true. I got those same brushes right now, and I rarely use them because they suck. And I'll just buy a brush that makes me happy, that does what I wanted to do. I don't care if it costs a dime. If it does what I wanted to do, that's the brush I'll stick with. So you use what makes you comfortable, what makes you happy, that gives you the results you're looking for. All right. Yeah, you can keep your $60 brush. Hairs be falling off. Yeah, no. When you do have a brush and the paint goes up into the furrow like that, just clean it off really, really well, as best as you can. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, cheap paint can be pricey. That's very true. All right, but as you can see, all right, I've painted the flats in between the larger, wood planks. Okay. All right. Now I can take a tiny bit of black. We'll just put it like right in here, just a dark. And what this black does, it does not turn your color black, but it just turns it a different. It just shades it, just a different hue of the same color. Okay. And what I'll do with this is I'll kind of put in some little bit of shadow in there, in between the slats, real quick. All right. It just adds to a little bit of realism to your painting. And you don't need too much of it. I'll get a little bit of water that'll loosen up this paint. And it's almost like you're dry brushing it on there. It only takes a few seconds to kind of put it in there. You go right off the tape and you whisk it away. And you're going to get instant shadow in between the planks. And that's all I'm doing. A little bit here and there. Okay. If I find that it's not making much of a color shift difference, then I'll just get some more black and put it in there. Just like this, what you see me doing exactly right now. Okay. I need a little bit of that color shade difference. Just a little bit. You don't need to go really heavy-handed or too far with it. Just a little bit in between the edges in there, and make the strokes and the striations as straight as possible. Okay. It's your little attention to detail thing. It might not look like much, or I'm doing much right now, but wait till you see what the finished result looks like. And these are just simple little things. Okay. I'm going right off the tape, right onto the painting itself. I'll read your chat in a second here. Almost done. When I do roses in a lattice, I do the woodwork the same way, just about. Thank you, Madonna and Boucher and Jessica. Yeah, I usually can clear a pot of coffee by myself. Okay, so I've did this part of the fence. Here's the fun part: peeling the tape off. Oh, what fun! Especially when you don't have any fingernails. But we'll work at it here. Okay. Don't have any nails. All right. Let's see if it all comes up. All right. Well, there you go. Okay. So some of this will start to make a little more sense to you now. Now you know where the fence actually was. Now, as I peel apart this fence, I want you to keep in mind what I said earlier. Paint through your object like it doesn't exist. That way you do not ruin the feel and the flow of your painting. But look at it. Look in between the slats and you see what I'm talking about. Okay. This is how it's done. Okay. Look at that. You see that now? All right. All right. There. Yeah, I could use the edge of the palette knife. I just don't think about it at the time, and I have used it before. But you know, sometimes I just don't think about it at the time. All right, now that we've got this going on here, all right, let's do something real fast because we'll do this real fast. I think I'm gonna glaze the fence. So before I glaze the fence, let's take some black here. Let's thin that out. Let's see if it works. We'll just take and we'll pop some nails in there like that. All right. And we'll have the nails run down a little bit like that, like they're all kind of rusted looking. How's that for an idea? I bet you guys didn't think of that, huh? We'll make them a little bit just like that, and we'll come back and darken that, just like that. Bet you guys didn't think of that idea. Just want to help you guys out. A little dot, right? Take your finger, go straight down. Take your finger straight down. Take your finger straight down like that. All right. So these poor things, they've been rain washed there, so they're kind of, you know how you get those nails to get that little rust look to them. All right. Well, check that out. Some got a little more rust than others or whatever. It's up to you if you want to do it that way. Just take your finger, go straight down. And just like that. Isn't that pretty cool? You guys can do this. You guys can do this. I would love to see your interpretation of some of these. you know what, guys? I just realized that I have to take my dog out after this. Ugh. That's going to be one miserable walk because I know the snow's already out there. There, just like that. That's all you need to do. Okay. It only takes a few seconds for it to dry. All right. Now, let's take we're gonna take a 1/2-inch brush. Let's go into a little bit of water here. We'll kind of water this down. Just like that. Let's get plenty of water. I'll glaze it. We'll see what this looks like first. And because it's essentially a glaze, nothing but water and paint, you can kind of bring it on down. Hopefully you have enough water or glaze. Hopefully you made enough glaze anyway. And you just let it dry naturally. It's gonna look funny and uneven, like the weather's been beating on it half to death. Okay. Once again, there's a method to my madness of why I do what I do. Especially when it comes to like patterns and texture and all that fun stuff. Because of the texture and what it leaves behind. Okay. And I'll keep doing it. If it looks cool, I'll keep it. If not, then I'll go over it again. Okay. But we'll see. I won't stop until they're all done, and I'll look at them as a whole. I would like some of the wood grain to have a little darker texture on one side, maybe not as much on the other, who knows. I might even play around with some wood grain on these guys. But this is why I did the kind of the glaze thing. Okay. Now I could use a broader brush for this. I could have. See, I'm gonna need more water, but I don't think I got enough paint. But we'll see. But it's okay if I don't, because I can always make some more real quick if I have to. But it all depends on what it looks like when I'm totally done with it. And you can add all sorts of cute little highlights to your fence if you want. It's up to you how detailed you want to do this. It's truly, truly up to you. Now, canvas, board or regular canvas, it has a different feel than me playing around with watercolor paper. Okay, it's just a different feel entirely. All right. Now that paint's a little thick, but I got water on my brush. I can just drag it all the way down. See? And with a glaze, because it's so much thinner than your surrounding paint, you can get away with going past your border there. All right. But anyway, it looks like that. Okay. That's not too bad, right? Right. Okay, let's take, this is going to be pretty neat because essentially the paint's still kind of wet. I'll take a little bit of black and we'll just kind of do it real thin right at the tip, especially where it's kind of wet still. And I'll just kind of scrape some wood grain stuff on it. Just kind of wood grainy looking things. Here and there, like that. Scratch it on there, it's all right. Because the paint's still a little wet, so what it's going to do is spread out on you. Okay, the ones that are a little drier, it's just going to maintain a really kind of a more of a wood patterny look. So if it's a little wet, it's going to blend a little bit. Okay, and sometimes it's not dry all the way, so it will blend and grain up in a few spots. Up to you if you want to do it this way. Ran out of paint. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Remember, you look at it overall first. Look at the overall picture of the thing. All right. Okay. Here's the part where you can get kind of cute if you want. I feel like being cute, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you how. I need another thin bit of white paint. Now watch what happens. Adding 3 dimension to a fence real fast with a palette knife. Extremely simple. Take your white paint and just spread it out real thin. Watch what I do here. Get a nice little swipe across. All right. We'll do it on the right hand side, and we'll just add a little bit of kind of a little bit of, see that? Sometimes it just takes a touch. Okay. Even though some of this might be covered by a big bush, it doesn't matter. Paint it like nothing's going to cover this fence. All right. But look at the effect. That's too much. It's all right. Wipe it away. Just give it a little touch right there, like that. I usually can tell when it's like too little paint. There we go. All right. Sometimes all you gotta do really is just touch it like that. If you want. I'm just used to dragging it up there. Get a little bit more. Get a little piece there. Just like that. Now, you're probably wondering, why did you do the top? Well, that's because that side that I got the paint on is a little too thick, so I'll use the smaller side and put it on there. Just like that. You see, it's not a perfect line. It kind of breaks up a little bit, and you kind of want that. If you notice, I'm only doing it on one side, actually, because it gives you dimension. Like there's an actual side to that. You got me? Okay. It just takes a little practice doing these. Okay. You're gonna get a little nervous. You might, I don't know, you might mess up. You might put it too low, too high. The more you do it, the more you'll get used to it. All right. If you think that I did these perfectly and natural on my first outing, you're out of your mind. Trust me, I didn't. All right, there. Really, that's really it for that. All right, let's pull back and see what we got so far. Okay. All right, that's what we have so far. All right, so we've got a very wet, yeah, you're right, Madonna, very weathered. Okay, Marilyn, you have a good night. That's all right. You have a great night. Thank you for coming. I do appreciate it. I know it's a long, this is a very long video. I know. But all right. So you see what we have here so far. All right. Now, it's up to you. If you wanted to, you can actually strengthen your rays if you really wanted to. Truly up to you. But I can show you, because I still got the tape here, so I'm gonna show you something a little extra. Now this you can use white for what I'm gonna do next. All right, because now if you use pure white, remember you still got that dot up there, but you still got the fence slats. So that's an extra set of sun rays now. Bet you didn't expect that, did you? Okay. So, let me find out I need some longer tape. Ugh. I might be able to get away with it like this. Okay, there. We're gonna get once again, we get the 3/4 inch brush. I'm gonna coat the sides of the brush only. Pure white this time. Okay. Okay. So now we got the rays coming through lightly though. We'll have it come this way. Like that. Very bright. These are stronger. These are right in front, right on Front Street here. Okay, so we got that one. Okay. Actually, we can have him. Well, no, I think it looks cool right there. That'll be fine. That'll be fine, because like I say, we can have all sorts of stuff happening here. We'll put it right about there. And we'll have him come right from here. Just very lightly. Very light, very light. Come right through. Come right through it, see? This tricky fellow right here. Right from here. Put them right in there, just like that. Right, that edge. From the bottom there. Get some more paint. We'll have it lightly come through right here. Just have it come through just like that. Now because it's white, very bright, we'll just have it kind of come right from here. Come right through. Okay. Give him a nice one right through here. Right in that corner. Now remember, this could be something large and dark. Some of these might be covered anyway. You got me? We're going to make this one count. Red in here. Very dry brush, and you can kind of get away with roughhousing it a little bit because it's a dry brush. All right. Coming right through. But it's very subtle, but you can see the rays are all over the place. All right, but they're in their proper perspective. You got me? Okay. I don't need no more of this. We can get rid of that. The clear gloss medium gel that you have, you put that on after you've done your painting. That's what's going to make it look shiny, Jessica. But then again, there's a couple ways you can use that, because you can also put it in your painting. Okay. Because it's clear. It doesn't have a color. So you can put it in your paint, or you put it on top of your painting when you're done painting. Okay. Thank you, Rosemary. And we're still not done, because we have darker, deeper leaves to put in. Okay. Some of them will come here, but they're gonna kind of, they come out, come in, come out, come back in. That's why I got a feeling a lot of it, a big bush of some sort will be here. Okay. I'm pretty sure that a branch or something that will be partially in here, but I'm probably going to have it kind of come like this way. All right, don't want to obscure all the mountain. Okay, but there's definitely going to be something up around in here, probably covering most of that fence. Okay, because you got to think, you got to have something kind of encase all of that glow. You follow me? And that's what we're going to do right now, right this minute. Okay, we're going to mix. Not with this. Okay, we got this glob here. We got this black. We use some of this black. Probably a lot more than that. We're going to use this black right in here. Get some of this glob. Mix it in with the black. Okay. It must be fairly deep. Now, in mixing it like this, all right, very dark. Very. I could probably get some more green in there. least a good batch of it here. Now, what I'm going to do now, the batch of leaves that are next will not be highlighted too much, so you have to make your patterns extremely interesting, okay, because they're not going to really be highlighted too much, because everything else is highlighted and pretty much quite bright. Okay, all right. I think I know what I believe I know what I'm going to do now. You know how you see a silhouette of a female with long hair, and yet she has half of her hair behind her shoulder, and then the other half is, of course, in front of her shoulder, right? Well, you're going to handle this painting the same way with this dark mass of paint. The leaves, the dark ones, they'll be here, okay, come up above, but they're going to get thicker and they're going to come past the fence. So they're going to be behind the fence here, but over the fence here. It will encase the brightness. You'll still see where some of the directional shine is going to be, more or less. All right. Okay. Well, peoples, here we go. What am I going to use for massive, for those bushes here? Let's see. I could use this. They would make butt ugly leaves. Let's use something else. Well, you know what? I got this thing here. I could get away with using this monstrosity. This will make them, this brush. This will make pretty interesting leaf patterns. I don't know if I have enough paint for it. That's the thing. I guess we're about to find out. I don't think I have enough to make them. I have to mix some more paint if I use this. I'm thinking here. Should I really use this, or should I use a smaller one? I do have a smaller brush. Now I must think. I must use my brain here. Should I use this? I think not. Maybe not this one. Nah, we won't use this one. Oh, I got an even bigger one over here, but I don't know if I want to use this one either. I could, but I don't think so. I could use it though, but no. I think I'm going to end up using Old Dependable here. I'll use this guy. I use the 1-inch. All right. So now we have to think very interesting dark wood or leaf patterns here. Okay. All right. Because we came so far with this, you don't want to really tear it up. So into the dark we go. I don't think we have enough. I can count on it. We don't have enough. But here we go. We're going to get very interesting leaf patterns here. Just like this. Put it in there. See this? You're coming behind all that wood. You have to. It's behind the fence. Okay, all down in here. I'm gonna have to get some more dark. I can sense it right now. Come out here a little bit, but it's behind the just like that. Now we can strengthen the highlights a little bit later, but I got a feeling this is not enough. But we're gonna still work at it. No, this is not enough. I'm gonna need some more. Come out here, way out here, and keep them interesting. Okay, I got to get more. What did I use? What did I use? I know what I used. We need a lot of this. I used a nice batch of green. I think I used a healthy, well, I'm gonna put it in there anyway. I already know I used black. We'll just mix the black in here, right in there like that. And we use blue. I do have Prussian blue. Okay. All right. Now, I definitely have enough paint now, and mix it right in there, just like this. This type of brush takes an incredible amount of paint. Okay. Thick paint, just like that. You can't have fear doing this. You cannot be afraid. You got me? Just like that. There we go. And just like so. You come out here, pop some in here. Come on down there. You see, you got to keep the shapes fairly thick and very interesting. All right, it's dark, but it's not necessarily super, it's not black. Okay. Come on down in here. And you're doing interesting little pockets of leaf patterns. Makes them look believable. Okay, come out here, get some more. I know some of you are like, he's crazy, he lost his mind. No, see, you got to put enough of it in there, and see, you can make a few of them kind of like that. But you see how now it's enveloping. Now remember, we're going over that fence over here. Okay. Come on over here. You're gonna go over that fence, all up in here. And you keep the pattern, once again, it's the edges. All up in here, you keep that really interesting. Come out here, give it a little push, just like that. It's fairly dark in this corner, just like that. Remember, you're not doing much shading here. All your shading is all all up in there. All right, then we're gonna wait for this to dry, and then you put your brighter, your sun rays in through all of that. This here, I can tighten up, okay? We got enough interesting things happening in here that I don't have to, you know, go super heavy in there like that. But now, like I said, we got the darkness behind this. You got some interesting things happening in here. And make them look leaf-like. Them corners are a little dark. Just kind of pop that in there, like that. All right, okay. But brushes like these, once again, they take a lot of paint to get those shapes. Okay. All right. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, Iris. I think you can easily do this. Not much highlighting in this because these guys are like right here in our face. Okay. But I am going to take, I'll take this 3/4 inch. Get some of this dark here. We're gonna throw some branches in there. Okay, we're gonna kind of pop some branches in there like this. Put it right in there. See? Just like that. And you will see the branches. You will see them in there. Put them in there. Don't be a chicken. Don't be a chicken hawk. Put those branches in there. That ties all of this together. You got me? Pop a thick one in there. Just like that. See? And, you know, you put some that might not have a leaf or two in there. They're just kind of dangling around there. Okay. I can make that branch a little more organic. Alright, kind of pop some in here like that. Come on in there like that. See, don't ever think that you messed up or you destroyed something you didn't. There's always ways to kind of cover it. Alright, there's always ways. Remember, you're thinking of depth. Alright. Okay. Always keep that in mind. Okay, let's go back to our 3/4 inch. And we'll throw some love up in here like this. Boom. Kind of put a thin one out there like that. We'll put a thick one in here like this. Alright, and have one come up across like that, maybe a little thicker there. Just like that. And you got something, he's reaching over here a little bit. Like that. And he got something hanging over there. He's reaching, he got nothing. That's alright. Alright, there. Like that. Alright. Now, tighten up this focus. Now look. Okay, the camera shifts everything. Mr. Mountain's still back there. You still see the clouds. You still see your tree. But everything's lighter. Everything has just now been shifted. Okay. You still see your river back there. You still see the bank. All right. All of that's still there. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, Boucher. I appreciate it. Okay. I have to wait until it dries, so if anybody has any questions, now's the perfect time. Considering we're at 3 hours and 25 minutes, good God. This is going to be probably the one video nobody will barely watch. Are you kidding me? Who's going to sit there for 3 hours and watch this? Especially with my voice droning on. Where I guess I'll put it. I guess I'll put my signature right here, even though I'm not yet done, but it will be in a few. I just have to wait for it to dry. I'm gonna have to use actual paint for this, because the paint's kind of wet. So I can use thick paint here this time. I don't know if I can fashion a 2 out of this. We're about to find out. I guess I can get away with it. I actually did it. All right, just gotta wait for it to dry. Yes, you definitely have, Madonna. The reason why I'm waiting for it to dry is because we have our final rays of light to put through there, and they're most likely they'll be the brightest ones. Easy to do because once again, you just take a piece of tape. There's the dot still. We're gonna get rid of the dot. Don't worry about the dot. I can probably just erase the dot out of there. But now your rays can come through the gaps here, gaps through here, okay. Probably pop some through here, okay. Yeah, we can go now. We can go upward. See, okay. Come through here, come through here, come through here. Probably continue this one right through here. You follow me? So all of that does is just accentuate all that brightness you have in here. And as you can see, that you can pretty much add whatever color you want. The scene doesn't. Well, this scene here, it's not like super totally enclosed, okay? Because you still got this open space there, even though the fence is there, but still, it's still open. You can still see right through, okay? Even though you got foliage and things going on here, and it's deliberately dark on purpose, because having highlights and stuff through all of this, it defeats the purpose of having all of this highlighted with all that red and everything, okay? That's why these had to be a little bigger, a little bulkier, but you keep the shapes interesting so they look like leaves from trees, and then you put your branches and things in there, okay? It's almost dry as I'm rambling, okay? All right. Let us really, really clean this palette, because we're like, I don't have to add anything else involving these colors. So I soak the paint with rubbing alcohol. You let it sit for a few seconds. Have fun. But I don't know who you're gonna get. It's 11:50 at night, but go for what you know. Let's see here. Now she's got a new setup. So if anybody want to go over there to her, if you subscribe to her, and she's got a brand new setup, and I told her how to set it up, and she has to get things kind of corrected. I can't be on there for her right now because I'm doing this, but it's for you to look at her palette really good and things, so you don't have to look at her palette sideways. It's more of a direct shot like you see my setup. So yeah, you go ahead and check her out and help her out. That would be great. Like I say, I'm like 98% done with this. All I have to do is add the sun rays going through the dark branches, and that's that. So if anybody wanna hop on over there and say hey to her, because she's got a big one, a big painting she's got to do. That's gonna take a little while for her to complete it, but I know she'll knock it out the park. Okay, as you can see, that big nasty glob of paint I got there, the rubbing alcohol takes it right off. No fuss, no muss, no problem. All right, let's get this mound of grossness off my palette here. Okay. Then the rest just wipes right off. Looks like I never used it before. That's a good thing about rubbing alcohol. But you know what? It leaves your area smelling like a hospital bed, but you know, it's a trade-off I can take. All right. Okay, let's get some more tape and let's do this. All right. You know what? Let's go from this. Let's go from this side. Let's see where I'm gonna put it. Yeah. Let's get one going through here. All right. Okay, 3/4 inch brush flat. Use every inch of that 3/4 inch brush. Pull it out. And very coily, very slick. This glass palette was actually given to me, but you can find them on Amazon, eBay. Sure can. Dick Blick has them, and you can get them of any size. Michaels might even have them, but they do have them all over the place, and that's a fact. They got them all over. guys can see what's happening here. You pick your poison, pick your poison. Pick where you want them. Pick your poison. Yes, sirree, Bob. Okay guys, I think that should be enough. Well, Dick Blick has a massive online store. But I mean, if you got the actual Dick Blick store there where you are, I mean, that's awesome. It's incredible. Yeah, I mean, go for it. But yeah, they have them much bigger than this one also. I have to tighten up this I just had it. I gotta find where it, oh, there it is. I gotta tighten up this area here. Actually, I gotta return. That's right. Hold on. I see a spot that I need to bring back. It's right here. That one had to be returned. Okay, let's clean this real quick. And let's tighten up that area. This is an area I had to tighten up there. I believe that's really about it. All right. Let's peel the tape off and we'll call it done for the night. Like I said, I got a giant that I got to take outside. Poor guy, he's asleep too. I mean, I could let him sleep, but he's old. Trust me, I better take him outside. I don't think we're gonna go for our walk. I think I'll just take him out in the back there. Okay, let's peel this apart. Let's get rid of, oh well, hold on. Hold on, let's get rid of this. And let's get rid of this. rid of that. And yes, I'm a creature of habit. I gotta, if it's clean when I started, it'll be clean when I finish. You get yourself into a habit, you really won't think about it much. So, there we go. All right. Let's make that disappear. We don't need that here. All right. Okay. Let's take the tape off. Of course. There we go. I do tape my edges. It just gives it kind of a more professional look, sharper line or whatever. Some of it bleeds through, but if you put it in the frame, it won't matter. Why does my tape do this at times? I don't know. But it does. It's annoying. Certain brands do it, certain ones don't. Oh, sure. Like I say, whatever works for you. You know. Well, anyway, there you go, guys. I don't think I need to put the focus on it, but you know, as usual, you guys know the deal. I'll take a photo of this, and since I only use water and paint, with maybe a few spots here. Well, 90, I mean, it's pretty much dry already. So, yeah, you know, I can just varnish it and call it a night. That's it. But I wanted to show you once again about aerial perspective. Well, actually, this is more of depth. Okay, that's all. It gives a weird 3D-ish look. The fence post being there. The rays going through everything also helps out quite a bit. Okay, so yeah, it's not too bad, I guess, for the amount of time I took to show you guys how to do it. But hopefully all of this makes sense to you and helps you out in your painting endeavors. Okay, like I said, I can probably erase that. Nobody really would even notice that little pencil dot up there, but I think the pencil dot can be erased out of there. Yep, goodbye pencil dot. There it is. It's gone. All right, there, no more pencil dot. All right, but that's it, guys. All right, I think you've been out here with me way longer than you should. Thank you very much. I do appreciate you guys. Thank you, Madonna. Thank you, Shay. I appreciate you guys. Iris Collins. Mona, if you're still here, thank you very much for coming through. Boucher, thank you. And you know what, guys? Rosemary, all of you guys, even some that probably long left, I don't blame you. But yeah, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment. It actually helps me out getting more views and viewers and all that good stuff. But all right, guys, once again, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I shall see you guys when I see you. Until next time.